And anyway, let's change the subject and take a sneaky look behind the scenes at Central TV. They allowed cameras to wander through their master control area. Now that's the nerve centre that gets programmes on the air and makes sure that transmission runs smoothly. Breathing down their necks was Central's Wesley Smith.
Tight security surround these corridors at Central Television Master Control. They keep a low profile here, but this person and her colleagues have been selected to perform some of the most important jobs on the station, though they're never seen.
Tuesday lunchtime, you're watching Central, broadcasting throughout the heart of England, keeping you up to date on all that's happening at home and abroad. It's 12:30 and time for the latest news from the studios of ITN.
As a Central announcer, Hilary Holden writes her own scripts and has to be able to cope in a crisis.
Very much so. And the one thing is, don't panic. You know, if we do have a technical problem, it's up to me to inform the viewer what's going on and do it as calmly and as professionally as possible so the viewer knows where they are and that obviously we rejoin the programme as soon as we possibly can.
So you actually sit and watch the programmes in between times as well, do you?
Yes, I do. Yes, because you can't talk about them unless you know what's going on.
Hilary is just part of the Master Control team. They're the people who press all the buttons to make sure that Central's programmes, commercials and trailers are in the right place at the right time for you to watch. That includes putting Central News South, East and West on air simultaneously.
We have three different regional newses, Central South News, of course, plus the East and the West. We have to make sure that all these three news bulletins on each occasion start and finish at exactly the same time.
Indeed, split-second timing is crucial. Central is an important part of the ITV network, made up of 16 companies throughout the country who all work together to make programmes like Coronation Street from Granada and Emmerdale from Yorkshire for the network.
There are a number of things that go wrong that are nightmares, particularly if a football match overruns. It means we have to shift the start times of all the programmes. And if we're moving the start time to something like cell block H, we get immediate phone calls of people who really get rather upset.
Next door, children's ITV presenter Tommy Boyd is given instructions from Roger via an earpiece.
Tommy, you obviously hear me, yeah?
Thank you. Enjoyed Thomas the Tank Engine?
Tommy sits all alone in the studio and broadcasts to children all over Britain.
Right, coming up later on this afternoon, it's the first of a brand new series. Streetwise is back.
When I look at the camera, I'm imagining this living room in which there are two youngsters. One's aged about 11, one's aged about 9. One's a boy, one's a girl, but I don't know which. They're reading a magazine and playing with some toys. My job is to make them look up and make them want to watch the thing that I'm going to be watching alongside them.
During children's ITV and other programmes, Roger and the team also play out the commercials. Each of these video cartridges has a different item on it. It might look high-tech, but very soon Central will be operating new equipment which will speed up the operation even more. There's a lot more to smooth transitions between programmes than you might realise. And as long as the team here stays on the ball, you'll probably continue not to notice they're there.
So, now you know how it's done. We were going to do the control room at Pick of the Week, but we couldn't get the bottles cleared in time.